Now, it's a new law aimed at protecting children accused of crimes. The family of the boy for whom it's named says it could have saved his life. Solan Peterson hanged himself at the Ware Youth Center in Coshada. This was back in February.
Now, that happened just 2 days after another teenager did the same thing at the same facility. 3 Investigates has been following this story from the very beginning. And tonight, our Jamie Ostroff takes a closer look at Solan's law and whether it goes far enough to prevent these tragedies.
On the last day of the 2019 legislative session, Solan Peterson's family gathered around Governor John Bel Edwards as he signed Solan's law.
So we're relieved, we're hopeful, and grateful that so many people have put in so much time and effort into getting it passed.
The family calls it a win, 4 months after a devastating loss.
Well, I know you miss him. That's why you brought the picture, right?
Solan took his own life in solitary confinement at the Ware Youth Center in Coshada. The 13-year-old was there because he'd set a roll of toilet paper on fire at Houghton Middle School. Solan's death raised serious questions about whether he should have been sent to Ware in the first place. He had no criminal history and was battling PTSD and ADHD with the help of new medications.
You know, we feel very confident in knowing that if Solan had lived 15 miles in the opposite direction, that he would not have been in this situation because the judge in that jurisdiction would have made a different choice for his case.
Solan's sisters, Sierra and Savannah Hall, worked with lawmakers and advocates to shape Solan's law. It was ultimately authored by Representative Melinda White out of South Louisiana.
There was a lack of clarity throughout the state on at what point you send a child to juvenile detention. It's a very traumatic experience.
Solan's law establishes a set of guidelines for judges to determine if a child should be sent to detention, back home, or somewhere else to get help. The guidelines look at things like the nature of the crime, the child's history, whether the child is a flight risk, and other aggravating factors. But does this law go far enough?
There's still a lot that needs to be done.
Solan's law does not include a ban on solitary confinement for children. That's something Savannah said she wanted the first time we spoke. She also said she was working toward that with Senator Ryan Gaddy. We caught up with Gaddy in Baton Rouge the day of the signing.
I mean, you're going to have times when a child needs to be alone to gather their thoughts or to shower or do those things, but we don't need to lock them up for 10 days in a room by themselves. It's a psychiatric nightmare for these young children.
For his part, Gaddy drafted a resolution commissioning a study of juvenile solitary confinement. It passed last month.
That commission will be made up of people in the industry and with family members who've suffered losses, and we're going to go through inch by inch all the rules and regulations to make sure that this never happens again.
You guys aren't done fighting for your brother.
We're not. Absolutely not, no.
We won't stop until there is major change that is seen, understood, and enforced.
But for now, the sisters say Solan's law is a big step in the right direction.
Let's hope and pray that this bill by Representative White makes a difference going forward, okay?
Can you say thank you? Thank you.
This is a win for Solan, hopefully the first of many.
Jamie Ostroff, KTBS 3 News.